Hey everybody, it's Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser, where I go on a weekend cruise just about every weekend, and we've got some late breaking news from the Crown and Anchor Society with Royal Caribbean. Now, most of you that know where I sail at, I spend a lot of time with Royal Caribbean. I'll dabble with some other cruise lines, but Royal Caribbean is where I normally always go back to, so I pay very close attention to their Crown and Anchor benefits. That is their loyalty program, and they have announced some brand new changes that are going to impact a lot of the levels. So let's jump on into what these changes are actually going to be. So they sent out an email that most of you should have received at this time that's going to walk you through what all's changed. And so I'll let you know if that's a good thing, a bad thing, or maybe it's just not going to be a thing at all. But, the first one is for the Emerald members and above. So many of you may know that there was a welcome aboard beverage that you could order. This could be water, it could be a can of Coke, a can of Sprite. They had Corona, Heineken. They had different kind of drinks that you could order. I never really understood this benefit because the Coke, the Sprite, the Heineken, the Corona was always served warm, and you'd have to then take it to a bartender to change it out for a cold one. So I never got this. So in my opinion, this is going to be one less drink from these folks if you were ordering one of the alcoholic options. But I think most people, when they go on a cruise, are really looking for more water. It's something that you want. So I'm hopeful that with this change of just being able to get water, they're going to provide a good amount of water. They don't say how many bottles. As you can say, you receive additional complimentary bottles. That could be a few, but I'm hoping for more than that. One of the biggest changes they made here is crystal blocks, now in color. What does this mean? So they actually showed us what this looks like. They had a Facebook post where they came up and kind of showed us what these are going to look like now. And I'm not sure how I feel about these. So for those of you that don't know what these crystal blocks are, this is at 140 cruise nights or cruise points with Royal Caribbean's Crown and Anchor Society. You're going to get one of these blocks on the sailing from the ship that you achieve it on. So the one that you see here front and center is Wonder of the Seas. So if you hit 140 on a cruise ship while on Wonder, you will get this crystal block. In the past, they have been just a white, or not a white, but a transparent crystal block. This one you can see is in a lot more color. So to me, this is going to be a downside because, I've been in the Crown and Anchor Society for a while, and I've got 18 of the other blocks at home with no color on them. They are just a very elegant crystal block with the etching of the ship inside of it. You may have seen some of my videos where I actually have that sitting in the background that I recorded from. But these aren't going to match that at all. So I don't know if they're saving money by doing this. I mean, I kind of have mixed emotions on this. So as much as it's not going to fit in with my collection and everybody else's collection, these to me actually do look better. The etchings on the traditional or the more legacy crystal blocks, it's tough to see the ship's image. They're nice, they're elegant, but it is tough to see that image. This right here is going to give you a really clear picture of what the cruise ship looks like, what the name is. So I'm kind of looking forward to this. Maybe I can come up with a way to design these all together and still make it look good. But this is a change that I know a lot of people that are well versed in the Crown and Anchor Society are not a huge fan of going into. So the next tab, or the next savings that they're giving us, is Uncork More Savings. So you are still going to be getting your drink voucher. So you already know that you get 4, 5, and 6 drinks for Diamond, Diamond Plus, and Pinnacle every single night of your sailing, or every single day of your sailing, which is a fantastic benefit. Recently, they did increase the charge from $13 per glass up to $14 on most of the sailings, inflation, and so they have adjusted our benefit to match that. This was already happening on the cruise line, so that's not really the biggest win there, though I found it interesting that down here they said the value for Singapore is $13 and Alaska is $15. I didn't know there was variability to Alaska being more expensive, but learn something new every day. But the biggest discount here is going to be, or the new discount, is you can now get 20% off bottles over $100 and $40 or 40% off bottles under $100. So what this means is you have to spend money to save money. So it's a revenue generating play by Royal Caribbean to try to get us to buy bottles of wine instead of just those individual drinks. So you can take this a couple of different ways. If you're somebody who likes higher end bottles of wine, this is going to be something that's going to really benefit you probably. If you can go above and beyond that drink voucher, you're going to get one of the 20% off or 40% off. That might actually save you some money. So I think that this is more targeted to the connoisseurs of wine drinking. They also have some new amenities that they have announced. So let's go over the amenities list on what is now out there. So they came out and they've, revamped what they're offering. A lot of these have stayed the same, and they've moved off some of the fan favorites that we've seen in the past. As a recap, these benefits are available given the points that are listed here. So 175 to 339, you're going to get one amenity for 3 to 6 night sailings and one amenity for 7 night sailings. So you can already see that I'm kind of getting gypped on this just by doing short weekend sailings often. If you are at 525 plus points, you're going to get just one amenity on a 3-night sailing up to 6 nights. And if you go into a 7-night or longer sailing, you're going to get 3 of these amenities. And so I don't know if you all can see this. I'll link to it down below. The amenity list has stayed very, very similar to where it was. They have removed a few things that you're not going to find on here anymore. I believe the slippers are gone. They had a tote bag that I think is now changed a little bit. They've got different benefits on here. Some of the wine I still recognize. You can get your Coca-Cola 6-packs and all that great stuff. The Chandon Brut is one with strawberries that's been on here for a while. But they did remove some of them. And I haven't really gone through this list to figure out really what I'm going to be ordering. I've been ordering the fruit truffles. That has been my favorite. They're these little truffles or chocolate balls that are fantastic. Being a non-alcohol drinker, this list is a little problematic for me some days because most of it is alcohol. But that is the worst of my concerns. I'm going to link down in the bottom on what these changes are so you can get to them as well. You've probably already got the email. Make sure that you're reading over that, checking out what these new benefits are. This is Brandon, the Weekend Cruiser. Hoping to see you on a Weekend Cruise soon.